So this whole notion of America, this is not who we are. No, this is exactly who we are.
This is the most impactful video we have ever done. This is the most impactful video on why Kamala Harris lost the presidential election. It's only but one reason: bigotry / misogyny. That's it. There's nothing else. You look at the numbers from 2016 to 2020 to 2024, the big thing that's missing are a lot of Democrats stayed their ass at home. Okay, that's what it is. You didn't go to the polls, you didn't go to the voting booths, and for what reason? Now you look at the demographics of the people that did vote. By the way, the America is made up of over 50% women, and you look at the number of white women that voted red, it's really easy to see what happened here. In each and every electoral college, the polling wasn't correct because you went out there and you lied. A lot of people out there said they were going to vote, or they did vote for Kamala Harris, and it's an absolute lie. The numbers show it. The people that did show up were black men and black women. Okay, don't come here. Don't start here, because the first communication out of that camp, Donald's camp, was there's gonna be a mass deportation campaign first day. Now, I don't know how true that's going to be first day, but I guarantee you it'll probably be the first month at the very least. Mass deportation campaign of anybody that is not a actual American citizen. So of illegal immigrants, they've said they're going to wage war day one. So I just want you to know what to expect. All right. And what does that do? That has nothing to do with white voters. That has everything to do with the Latino voters that overwhelmingly were voting blue up until this election. And the reason why they didn't vote blue, I wonder why, because it's a black woman. I will say President Biden was absolutely right. The only reason he said he decided to run in 2020, he felt voters in the booth would tolerate him because of their bigotry. And he was absolutely correct. They showed up and showed out and got Donald out of office. And they decided not to come back or vote for Donald this election because there was one key difference. The lady that was a vice president was running for president, and they said, no, thank you. The woman, the black woman, no thank you. And that's just the bottom line. That's where we are today. The country said, no, we are not prepared for a overqualified. I also just say, look, y'all want to quibble? Fine. Qualified. You can't say she's not qualified because this man hasn't held the office outside of president. Qualified, overqualified lady ran for president, and you said, no thank you. She had all the experience in the world, from vice president, from U.S. senator to attorney general of a major state in California, law degree, and so many viral videos kept saying that she wasn't qualified. Like, who in the hell are you? Like, you had a Harvard degree, and I guarantee you those people in those shops did not have a Harvard degree or Ivy League degree. They felt that they needed to say she wasn't qualified to justify that they just didn't like her and they weren't going to vote for her because she was a woman. There is no woman in the United States that can be elected right now. That's what the country said. I know where my allegiance lies. I know that black woman was talented. I know where I cast my vote for her. But not a lot of people did. So all the early voting lines, all the polling did not equate to absolute anything come election day. So I want everybody to look at North Carolina's numbers. North Carolina had a blue wave, an absolute blue wave, from governor to all the listed positions on that ballot went blue except for president. And the only reason why the governor did not lose is because the Republican candidate was a black man. He was a self-hating black man, but at the end of the day, he was a black man. He was a self-hating, like very, very far out there candidate that was saying the worst things, and he still got a lot of votes. So people in North Carolina can figure out the voting booth. And they said, blue, 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 blue. Oh, nope, we're going to go with Donald. So that was completely surprising. That illustrates what I'm saying is absolutely true. You look at Bernie Sanders, and he came on, and Senator Sanders was just saying that the Democrats' mistake was that they forgot the working class in America. Bullshit. All right, that's why you never won a nomination, bro. That's number one reason why. Because you say things that are not accurate. You got to call it like it is. What happened? They didn't go to Donald's side because he identifies with the working class. That's not him. He's never identified with the working class. What are you talking about? Most of the people in the middle class didn't get a stimulus. Most of the people in the middle class actually got taxes added onto their household because of Donald in his first term. So you are completely inaccurate. What is accurate is how they voted. And they voted with the person they identified more with, which was Donald, and not a black woman from Howard. That is absolutely what happened. And that is what it is. If President Biden was a little younger and decided, well, let me take that back. I felt like he was fine to run. I think you saw him be way more livelier once he didn't have to travel as much and campaign. He had more rest. He was damn near back to old Joe. Well, Joe that could run. If he ran again, I think he would have won. And he was right. He fought them to not step aside because he knew, he called it. The country was not ready. I wish it was ready, but it wasn't ready. And we got the results that we got. And, you know, there'll be mass deportations, as they're saying. They are going to do whatever with women's rights. These grown men are going to go and talk about women's rights. And a lot of the women voted him in. A lot of the Hispanic community voted him in. Because a lot of communities that voted blue Hispanic decided to vote red this time. I can't explain it, but those are what the numbers say. Now, let's just talk really briefly on, I'm not even going to talk about the bigotry. I'm not going to talk about the criminal activity. I'm not here for that right now. I'm just going to talk about incompetence. Well, he's one of the most incompetent presidents we've seen, bar none. We could dig in the crates historically. He ranks up there, in my opinion. And we saw all that play out real time without all the extra stuff. And the American voters said, no, we're going to give that a go one more time and see what happens. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, sure. That sounds good. Yeah, no, it does not sound good. But they decided because a black woman was on the top of the ballot. I don't want anybody to think anything different because we need to just talk about the truth. And people will say, well, you can't call these people racist and stuff like that. It's not racist because they want to vote for them. But I'm saying they voted for who they identify with the most. And I think we all can have that kind of middle ground. You didn't vote for him because he had a fantastic record as president. You didn't. You can't vote for him because he had a fantastic government career, because he doesn't. You didn't vote for him because he has great financial acumen, because he's filed bankruptcy more times than he's actually been elected president. That's a fact. You can Google it. So it's not anything that he's actually done. You voted with who you identify with. And there's nothing else to say.